All right. Hey, legends. Frazer Brookes here, coming to you today live from Dubai. So I am officially in the future. It is 9:16 p.m. on Monday, the 8th of May. So the future is bright. Today is going to be an incredible day. Today is an incredible day. And I just want to say a massive thank you to each and every single one of you who are not only attending, not only have promoted, but also have helped run this event as well. And big love and big shout out to the DSA for everything they do, and Scott, everything that you do to make this event possible. So I want to share with you a real quick story first and foremost, because I have a bit of a different perspective on using social media to build a business in network marketing. Because in 1987, my network marketing career began, but I wasn't born until 1988. So whenever I say that, people are like, huh? Like, how does that work? Well, my mum was pregnant with me. I was in the womb of my mum. And my dad, him and my mum, they lived in this home in a place called Southport in the northwest of the UK. I'm from a very small place called Southport that's very close to Liverpool. Hence why you might hear a little bit of John Lennon, Paul McCartney from the Beatles in my accent. That's where I'm originally from. So they lived in this house and they couldn't afford to pay the bills. So my dad come up with this idea that he was going to rent the different rooms in the house to complete strangers, and he filled the house. One day he wakes up, he walks from his bedroom where my mum was sleeping with me, cloudy-eyed. He walks into the bathroom, and sat on the toilet going about his morning routine was one of the tenants from bedroom number 2. And he's like, get out. And my dad's like, whoa. And my dad decides to go to the downstairs toilet. As he's walking down the stairs, he has his enough is enough moment. Now, I don't know how many of you guys watching and tuning into this have had that enough is enough moment, but it frustrated him that it allowed the universe to give him different options. And he didn't stay frustrated. He became fascinated, as Jim Rohn famously said, right? He turned his frustration into fascination. So he got down into the kitchen. He got some milk out of the fridge, made himself a tea or a coffee, turned around, and on the kitchen table was a newspaper opened up that had a picture of an Aston Martin sports car. Remember, this is 1987. And it said, MLM. I drive an Aston Martin. You can too. Call me now. My dad thought MLM, which we know as multi-level marketing, is kind of morphed into network marketing, right? We know that as that, but he didn't. It was 1987. There was no Google. There was no one to call. He didn't go to a library and get an encyclopedia. He thought that MLM stood for Make Love Monthly. That's what he thought it was. Make Love Monthly. I drive an Aston Martin. You can too. Call me now. I'm in. Picks up the phone, rings the guy. It was from a newspaper advertisement. The guy laughed at him and invited him to his first ever event in a place called Blackpool in the northwest of the UK. I was in the room, in the womb, and on October the 26th, 1987, when my dad said it was my first memory because he saw people who were walking across the stage who couldn't walk and chew gum at the same time. And he thought, if they can do it, so can I. He was elbowing my mum, which was me in the head. And I was like, whoa. All right, Dad, let's do this thing. I wasn't even born at the time. Since then, network marketing has been 100% of my life. In fact, if you cut my wrists, network marketing comes out. Like, it's just everything I know. It's everything I talk about. And before I get into this, I want to just give you something for those of you who are parents. I recently became a parent 4 months ago. A lot of people say, how do you explain it? And they say they can't explain it. But how I explain it is nothing in the world seems to matter, but everything seems to matter. When I'm with her, nothing matters. But then I'm like, I need to get to work and show her what's possible. Her name's Mia. We love her dearly. And I'm excited for her to be a part of the network marketing profession as well, her entire life, because it's going to be in my life for all eternity. Anyway, so the amazing thing is I have the perspective of being a child who's grown up with a mum and dad who were full-time, all the time, obsessed with network marketing. And yes, there were moments in my childhood where I thought my mum and dad loved network marketing more. And these were in the days where they didn't have a mobile phone, sat on the sofa. It was the days where they were actually on the phone or actually speaking to people face to face, right? But when I was 18 years old, I'm not going to share the full story, but when I was 18 years old, my life completely changed because I realized, oh my days, my mum and dad have not been sacrificing time with me and my brother for their own benefit to build the business. They've been sacrificing their time in the network marketing space for our benefit. Their dream was what me and my brother wanted. If we dreamt to go to Disneyland, they worked hard and sacrificed their time to be able to take us to Disneyland. So as a parent, as a mom, as a dad, please know, don't have that mom guilt. Don't have that dad guilt. I promise you, the long term in the future, when they're old enough to understand, when they see you do what you're doing, the sacrifice that you're taking, you will be their number one hero. Number one hero. And my mom and dad are my heroes. So second day I joined network marketing. When I actually joined network marketing, it was 2010-ish. It was nearly, well, over 13 years ago now, 14 years ago. My dad got me in my second day, which was my first full day. My dad got me in his car, and we lived in a place called like Formby, which is very close to Liverpool. Now, if you ever go to the beaches in the UK, it has to be a perfect day for it to even be a little bit good, right? Because the weather sucks in the UK. It's so bad. And this happened to be in April, and the weather was awful. It was raining. It was freezing. But in Formby, we lived about a 5-minute drive away from one of the greatest beaches there is on a good day, right? If you go on Google Images and you type in Formby Beach, it will look pretty flipping cool. So we're on there. We're on the beach. Drive to the beach. I'm saying, Dad, why are we on the beach? He said, I need to show you something. It's something I need to show you. It's a visual thing. Now, we're both on the beach. Like, there's miles to the left, miles to the right, hundreds of meters to the sea, hundreds of meters to the sand dunes. It's a really big beach. And it's freezing. I have a pair of jeans, a pair of boots, 2 T-shirts, a jumper, a blazer, not like a blazer, like a jacket, and a thick coat with hat, with gloves, with scarf. I'm freezing. I don't want to be here. I'm like, Dad, why am I here? He said, wait. Be patient. He pulls out a black tie from his inside pocket, and he puts the black tie around my eyes. I can't see anything. Now, if it wasn't my dad, I would think it was some sort of serial killer, and I would have been running and screaming in some direction away from this guy, but it was my dad. So I trusted him. And trust is a key through line for this entire event. Would you guys agree? So I'm sat there. I'm stood there. I'm freezing cold. I don't want to be here. Dad, what have I got? Why is there a black tie around my face? He said, right, Frazer. My dad calls me Frazer. Right? There are 1 million small rocks in front of you. And underneath one of the small rocks, I've marked an X. Right? I've marked an X in chalk. When you find the rock with the X on it, I'm going to give you $1 million. Now, my dad had made a lot of money in network marketing, so I believed him. Right? I was like, I'm in, Dad, let's go. He said, whoa. How many rocks are you going to flip over? I said, I'm going to flip over as many rocks as I need until I find the one with the X on it. He said, but how will you know that you found the one with the X on it when you're blindfolded? I was like, good point. Okay. I'm going to flip over all the rocks, and then I'm going to take the blindfold off because there aren't any more rocks to flip over. And then I'm going to look around and find the one with the X on it. He said, bingo. And he said to me, the problem with most people in network marketing is they stop when they feel that they have enough people to work with, right? And I know this is not necessarily social media, but I have to mention it because when you're building on social media, there'll become a point where you feel that you've recruited enough and you will get comfortable. Your social media game will slow down, or you'll change because you're maybe not looking for everyone and you're looking for a specific person. And guess what's going to happen? Your team are going to do exactly what you do. When my dad was 40 years old, he announced his retirement from network marketing. He'd made millions of dollars. 40 years old, guys. He had a party, big tent in the back garden, and said, guys, I retire. The friends and family were like, what? And the people who were in his team at the party were like, whoa! His entire team of leadership also retired. So you've got to stay in the game. You've got to keep flipping the rocks. But here's the problem. A lot of you listening in, and a lot of us, all of us, we don't have enough rocks to flip to find our superstar. We don't have enough rocks to flip in order for us to break free and break through. So we have to use social media to be able to generate leads. Now, I've been asked to talk about the kind of the latest and greatest tools and ways to build your network marketing business. But here's the thing. I'm very, very fortunate, very blessed in the industry that I'm in. I'm completely generic, 100%. I serve all different companies and all different teams in all different countries, spoken on stage in 33 countries. It's kind of weird when the first time I held the microphone, I burst into tears and didn't say a word because I was super, super scared. So now I've been blessed to be able to speak all over the world, and I'm very, very fortunate to do that. But what I do is I work with leaders and companies in every different market. And what we've noticed and identified is very interesting. That since COVID, people aren't doing the basics. Now, it sounds basic to say that, but network marketing is about doing the basics better and more often. That's what it is. It's about turning strangers into friends, friends into family. But so many of us have got obsessed with the hacks. Oh, now, I could blow your mind today and fill the entire board with loads of, I could give you 100 different hacks, and you'll be leaving like, oh, I can't wait. But you'll become obsessed and addicted with hacks. But here's the thing, guys, write it down. Habits beat hacks. There is no point in me giving you the hacks if you don't turn a habit with those hacks that you benefit from. So I'm going to take things back really basic. I'm going to talk about the different ways that you can build your network marketing business. Some of them you might be thinking, that's so 2015, but it's the basics and it works. Attending events in person is so 1995, but guess what? It's a fundamental. Social media is putting the fun into the fundamentals. We don't change the fundamentals. We generate a lead. We see if they're open. We give them the presentation. We follow up with them. We follow up with them. We follow up with them. They always say the fortune's in the follow-up. It's not. It's in the follow-ups. It's plural. We don't follow up once. We follow up many times. Then we close and we launch them. We get them to an event. It's a funnel. It's a process. So I believe that network marketing is in the shipping business. Now, whenever I say that, people are like, well, no, we ship products, but we're not in the shipping business. We're in the education business, the growth business, the personal development business, the opportunity business, the direct selling business, whatever. I believe it's in the shipping business. Here's why. It all starts with a friendship. Then we have to build a relationship, to one day start a partnership, to then with your mentorship, create leadership so that one day you're going to go off like a rocket ship. Although previously it felt like it felt like an apprenticeship, and then one day you're going to win a championship. It's a shipping business. So I want to share with you some of the fundamentals that I believe are going to help you. And it's amazing listening to the like Scott and Erin and the doctors of social media. I love that. It's amazing hearing them because a lot of what I'm going to share, they've already covered. And this is amazing because it's the fundamentals. But I want to give you a fundamental funnel. Scott actually talked about it in a different way, which is beautiful. And then I want to give you a kind of a daily method of operation to make things so basic that everyone, no matter their hunger or desire, will win. Okay, so here we go. Let's draw out our funnel. Scott's looked way better than mine. And there's 3 levels. We call it know, like, trust. So on social media, this is your social media. This is your social media funnel. You don't need any kind of other funnels. You just need to get people to know you. Now, if you think about all the different types of content, and again, Scott highlighted them before on his wonderful image that he created. If you think about all the different ways to get known, what types of content can you create to be known? Well, the first one that comes into most people's minds are Reels, which also covers TikTok. Here's what won't get you known. Instagram stories. They won't. Why? The only people who watch your stories are people who follow you or stalk you. Now, a follower is someone who hits the follow button. A stalker is someone who follows you without hitting the follow button because they don't want you to know that you follow them. They're like, oh, I'm going to see everything that they're doing in their life, but I'm not going to hit follow. I'm not going to hit follow. Yeah. Those are usually the haters, which are also known as confused supporters. Okay? Every single time your story gets viewed by a follower or a stalker or a hater, it does not matter. It's going to move your story closer to the left-hand side of the story feed, meaning more people are going to see you, right? So here we go. Reels, TikTok, Instagram stories is not that. Instagram lives is also not there, but Facebook lives are, right? And then we got posts. You can put YouTube videos there. Right? All of these things are going to get you known, right? You're doing a reel. You're doing a TikTok. You're doing your Facebook lives. You're doing your posts. You do your YouTube videos, right? All of these things are going to get you known. Amazing. So these are the posts that you need to do the most. Why? No one's going to like you if they don't know you. And no one is ever going to trust you if they like you and before that know you. Okay? Think about the biggest brands in the world. The ones that you're thinking about, I'm probably thinking about too. Apple, Nike, Starbucks. I hope some of you guys were thinking of some of those too. Apple, Nike, Starbucks. Why do we trust those brands? Why are they such big brands? Why do we like those brands? Because we flipping know about them, right? They're absolutely massive. So when it comes to content, Reels are to be known. Facebook Lives are to be known. And again, it's an interesting conversation because whenever we ask and we poll our community, what's your favorite app? Right now, Instagram seems to be the most favorite app, right? TikTok was it for a little bit, and then Instagram seems to be the favorite one. But if we poll the same audience and say, which app are you getting the best response from or growth from? It's not TikTok. It's not Instagram. It's Facebook. Facebook is king or queen right now. So don't neglect it. For those of you who are like, oh yeah, Facebook's boring, don't neglect it. Take your reels from Instagram or take your videos from TikTok and move them on to Facebook. Super, super simple to do that. Okay? So that's how to be known. And again, very, very simple. Scott mentioned some great ways with Reels School as well, how he can help you. I'm not going to go into the specifics of the actual details on how you could become a beast using Reels. But what I would say is just document your life. We work very closely with a couple of Indian girls who actually use their stories as Reels. That means they're posting 20 plus times a day on their Reels, and they are crushing it. Now, we don't think that. We're like, the stories are for the stories, the Reels for the Reels. But everyone sees the Reels. Only your followers, your stalkers, and your haters see your stories. So why not download the Reels? So download your stories from time to time and post them into your Reels. Oh, but it doesn't look pretty. Guys, get messy. Get going and get messy. Get good, get smart. That's like a 3-step process, right? Get good, get going, get good, get smart. Anyway, so if Reels are to get known, how do we get liked? How do we get liked? This is where live video and stories come in. Okay, let's go. Let me put like this. Whee. Lives and stories. Okay. Now, lives and stories. Again, some of you are thinking, like, oh God, lives are so 2018, so 2017, so 2020, 2019, whatever it might be, right? But if you think about it, how many times have you watched someone's Reels and you get to know the name of their dog, why they called it the name of their dog, how they met their husband or wife, how they're feeling today, what they're into, what their favorite movie is, what their favorite book is. You hardly ever see a reel where you go, in this video, I want to share with you why The Shawshank Redemption is my favorite movie. You hardly ever see that. Instead, you see this. Just a load of miming, or you might get the occasional twerk. There we go. We twerked. We got it. We got the twerk in there on social media day. All right. So we don't share enough depth on our reels, right? People aren't really knowing who we are. They find out who we are, and that's fine, but they really need to like us. And people like people when I want to be like her, or wow, she's just like me. Wow, wouldn't it be amazing to be friends with her, right? So it's, I'm already like her, I want to be like her, or I want to be friends with her. But they're not going to see that. They're not necessarily going to see that just by your reels. So here's the thing, go live every day, go live every week. How many lives do you have to do? You can do as many or as little as you want. But what I recommend is do 30 lives in 30 days just for the confidence. Now, you probably heard this before, 30-day challenge, yeah, but how many of you have actually done it? And once you've done it, how many of you have then gone on to actually do a live once or twice, maybe 3 times a week? So some of the most powerful things, your story, right? Your story connects you to the world. People flipping love stories. What do we say in network marketing? Facts tell, stories sell. It's true. So write down all the stories that have happened to you in your life. Keep a story inventory. What about reading books? Read a book or read a chapter or read a few paragraphs and then bang, go live about it. Something amazing happened in your life? Talk about it. Something not so amazing happened in your life. Talk about it. Here's the thing, guys. In order for people to like you, you have to talk about the ups and downs. Think about it this way. Let's say, now I don't like roller coasters. In fact, I despise roller coasters. I have a huge phobia of them, but I've gone on a few. I feel like I've completed the roller coaster game, right? I've done more than enough, right? Have you ever been on a roller coaster where you get on and it's like 3, 2, 1, go, and it just does this? Well done. You completed the roller coaster. Off you pop. No, it doesn't go slow and smooth. The roller coaster is, and it goes down and up and down and up, and the camera flashes. Does the camera flash when it's on when you're on the up? Smile for the camera. No, the camera flashes when you're going through a dip, when you're going through a down. You're like, ah. You could be like, you could be like, ah. You could be screaming. The camera takes a photo of you and you laugh at it when you go and see the photo that it's taken on your way out. Why? Because people get more value because they can relate to you more when you're losing versus when you're winning. Here's a thing that I've identified on social media, and I talk about it a lot in my communities, is that most people are showing off when in reality you need to be showing up. Instead of showing off by trying to make yourself look good, post on purpose to help other people become good, right? So don't show off being like, hey, everyone, today was a great day. I'm a winner all the time. Instead of, hey guys, today I want to share with you something that happened to me in my life and the lessons that I learned from it. Share the struggle before the success. If you want to get good at storytelling, share a struggle and then the success. 2 examples, person A and person B. We got person red and we got person blue. Person A posts like this, goes live or in the stories goes, hey everybody. I don't know why I use the accent. It just gives more emphasis on it, I guess. Hey everybody. I am so good that I just bought myself a red Ferrari. Go me. Don't really need to say much more about that. Person B, person blue, writes this post or goes live or shares this story. When I was 7 years old, I used to have a red toy Ferrari that it was attached to me. In fact, if we left the house without the red toy Ferrari, I would scream in the car until my mum and dad went back to pick it up. I love this thing. And as life progressed, I came to a realization that I probably wouldn't get the red Ferrari. But someone introduced me to an incredible opportunity, and I had to say yes, because I thought this is my chance to get that red Ferrari. It's been 12 years now, 8 years now, 7 years ago. And today I just picked up the keys to the red Ferrari. And after I've posted this, I'm going to my mum to show her the car that I've just bought. Now, some people might still be like, oh God, this guy, like what a loser, what an idiot, what a show off. The majority of people will go, wow, what a story. What was the decision you made? How did you make it happen? Why? Because they relate to that. We relate to people who go through a struggle more than success. And honestly, if you want the hacks, if you want the latest and greatest tools, it's not a tool, it's a story. It's always a story. You're one story away from your next prospect. You're one story away from your next lead. You're one story away from your next sale. You're one story away from your next team member. You're one story away to helping someone blow their mind. Why do we promote events all the time? Because we want people to hear the stories in the event, the stories on stage, the stories in the hallway, because that's what changes your life. Not a reel, not a live, none of that. The stories that you share within. So, lives, share the stories. Now, a lot of you guys are like, oh, I can't go live, I can't go live, I can't go live, I can't go live. Here's the thing. The fear of judgment is one of the biggest ones here. But understand that no one knows your story more than you do. No one can judge you based on your story. Oh, that's wrong. No, it's not. It's my story. And here's the thing, guys. At the end of the day, I want you to imagine, like in Spain, if you go to Spain and Europe, Spain's amazing. It's very dry heat. Very dry weather. You'll hear these things called crickets, right? And they like make this noise like, And it's like they kind of like vibrate their kind of like limbs against the body, and it makes that noise. And if you go up to one of these crickets and hold it in your hand, it's silent. It's the exact same as a hater. From a distance, when they're all with their friends, and when you get up close to them, they don't say anything, because they're loud when they're at distance and they're silent when you're up close to them. So don't let a hater stop you. In fact, haters are your elevators. The more haters you gather, guess what? The higher you're going to climb. But it stops so many of you because we have that fear. Tell stories you will never lose. And again, go live, tell the stories, and then how can you break that live up into a series of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stories? Again, how can you share? Like, if you can say things like this, it's kind of like that time when I XYZ, right? It's kind of like, or can any of you relate to this? Or has any of you had this happen? Relatability is the number one thing we need on social media. And we only do that not by showing our highlights. Why? Because highlights aren't relatable. We do that by telling stories, by preparing to be vulnerable, and by sharing our successes as well as our struggles. I guarantee you, every success you've had, there's a struggle to tell before it. So when you're writing your stories out, think about it. When you're writing your stories out, what is the pain, right? What is the lesson? What's the opportunity that you had, and what's the triumph? That's also known as plot, right? You'll notice that every movie goes through, it has a plot. I also love acronyms, doctors. I love acronyms. My headset's having a bad time here. Okay, pain. What's the painful scenario? Again, story one could be, hey guys, has anyone ever had this happen to them when they go to the petrol store, when they go to the petrol garage, and whatever the pain might be? It's probably a bad example. Then you move on to the second story. But you know what? I've learned this amazing lesson. What's the lesson? Third story, opportunity. This is in your Instagram or Facebook stories, by the way. Third story, opportunity. Learning from that lesson, I've realized that I need to go all in with my business, or I need to go all in serving other people. You can use more persuasive language. And then the T is for triumph. How did you triumph? Because you'll notice that the pain and the lesson is a struggle, positive struggle. The opportunity is the moment, the dot, and then the T is the up. Again, you relate more in the downs than the ups. Okay? The last one here is trust. Now, I have an equation for trust. I have an equation, and I've got an equation for trust. I've followed this for years and years and years, and all it is truth plus time equals trust. That's my equation. Very, very simple. Truth plus time equals trust. So here's the thing. Are you honestly telling the truth on social media every day? Now, some of you are going, yeah, I have. Have you ever shared a dark moment? Have you ever shared a secret? Nope. Then are you really telling the truth? Now, some things aren't made for social media, right? But what are the struggle stories? What are the maybe not the most amazing stories that you can tell that make people go, whoa, like this guy is showing it all. This girl's telling it all. One of the greatest movements on social media in the network marketing space was the Get Ready With Me movement. People still do it today. But the vulnerability of women having, and I love women with no makeup, by the way. I always say to Svetlana, I'm like, no, don't want you to wear makeup. I don't want you to wear makeup, because she's just, stunning without it. But the vulnerability of a woman having no makeup and not having maybe her confidence skin on, right? Like going live on a camera, there's incredible trust that's created with that. Why? Because a lot of people then go, I would love to be able to do that. I would love to be able to do that. Maybe at this stage, I couldn't. And they try it once, they do it, they realize they didn't die by doing it. And the confidence that they get, something magical happens. So consistency, right? We talked about it earlier. Consistency, by telling the truth, over time, you'll build trust. You don't know when you've got the trust from someone. It's not like, oh, if you do this for 17 different times, you will have the trust. We don't know. Why? If I meet you today, right? Scott, I met Scott maybe a couple of years ago now. I trusted him within about 3.7 seconds. Why? Because I'm the type of person who just trusts people very quickly. However, what if I had gone through a divorce? What if a best friend screwed me over? What if I have a story with my parents where I don't even trust my parents? It might take me 2, 3, 4, 5 years to trust someone to the level that I would like to, right? People trust different people in different time frames. So you just have to make the commitment. You know what? I absolutely love posting about golf. So I'm just going to post about golf and my stories and golf about story and my stories and my stories and my golf and the golf and the story. I'm just going to keep posting it because there are going to be people out there who after a week, a month, a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, who are going to trust me so much that they'll do anything. They'll do anything that I ask. Now, how do you actually make money and sell? Because some of you are like, this is all good and I'm getting people to know me, like me, and trust me, but I don't understand how to actually make money here. The money is made. Whoops, I don't know what that is. Magic board. Wait. The money is made in the messenger. Here's what we found. The moment you start selling on social media is the moment that your algorithm decides that it hates you. It's the moment that Facebook and Instagram and TikTok go, whoa, we don't like you. Now, you still make sales. You still make sales, but the idea is, and Scott mentioned it before, that conversations are the currency here. Right? In fact, commissions come after conversations and conversations come after the content you create. So you create content. How can you get them into the messenger so you can talk about what you or they want to talk about? Well, you create reels. It gets engagement. You message them. You go live and you get some comments. You message them. You're so consistent and you're seeing in your stories that Mary has watched every single story of yours for the last 2 weeks. Guess what you do? You message her. You're not going to do a reel and go, hey, everyone. In fact, you, Mary, I'm talking to you in this reel. No one else matters. You need to call me on +1 973. Like, you're not going to do that. But in the messenger, you're going to reach out. Hey, Mary, I was thinking about you earlier. How's things? It's a conversation. Oh, but Frazer, it's weird. It's weird speaking to strangers. It's weird initiating the conversation. Here's the thing. Write this down, please. The person who instigates the conversation wins. The person who instigates the conversation wins. So when baby Mia was born, all my friends from back home, all my friends live in like the Liverpool area. I'm obviously in Dubai. I get a wave of messages. Oh, congrats. That's so cool. Being a dad is the best. You're going to love it. If you need us, like, let us know. Blah, 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 blah. Like, wow, I feel so loved. Everyone's messaging me. This is great. But since then, I have not heard from one of my friends based on like, how are you getting on with the baby? Like, has she started teething yet? What is it being like with the nappies, the diapers? And I spoke to a friend of mine. He's like a relationship specialist. And he said, why are you saying that they're being a bad friend? Because you're waiting for them to message you. Why don't you message them and be the good friend? Because they might be at home thinking, oh, Frazer's really bad friend. Like, you know, I would have thought he would have sent us an update or a photo of the baby. Like, the person who instigates the conversation is always the person who wins. So don't be the investigator trying to figure out, like, why aren't they messaging me? Attraction marketing, Mr. and Mrs. Universe, please let Mary, Bob, and Sarah message me today because she's seen all my content. Instead of being the investigator, be the instigator and just reach out and say, hey, not hi, dear, not hi, not hey, babe, not hi, girl. It's, hey, Scott, how you doing? That's it. That's it. Now, some people are going to go, oh, whoa, that's weird, that's weird, that's weird, that's weird, that's weird, that's weird. If you think it's weird, because whatever you believe to be true is true. So really, really quickly, I've got 5 minutes before I'm going to bring Scott back on here. And by the way, guys, before I do that, you're going to win in this situation because either you're going to make a sale, which is going to be great, or because not everyone's going to buy from you. Not everyone who knows you, likes you, trusts you is going to buy from you. But here's what will happen. Either option one, they join the team or make a sale, or option two, they become what's called a raving fan. Now, I haven't got enough time to go into what a raving fan is, but or how to go really deep in how to generate raving fans. But a raving fan will actually fill your funnel more than anything else. A raving fan will go to their friends. Do you follow Frazer Brookes on Instagram? Do you follow Scott on Facebook? Oh my days, are you not following the Direct Selling Association Instagram page? They will actually bring more people into your funnel than anything else will. They become soldiers on your mission as long as your mission is known. If you're talking about golf, food, fashion, sports, your relationship, your dog, your baby, what you had for dinner last night, that if you try and post about everything, you'll be known for nothing. So in your lives, hi, my name is Frazer Brookes, and I'm on a mission to raise the professionalism of network marketing done online to unite the industry and make it sexy again. What gets repeated gets remembered, but what gets remembered gets repeated. So the more times I repeat the same mission, guess what? I then create soldiers who are going out there and going, you're in social media, you like social media, you like network marketing, follow Frazer, follow Frazer, follow Frazer, follow Frazer. You don't get to hundreds of thousands of followers on your own. You don't. You do it with help. The same with network marketing success. You don't do it on your own. You do it with help and support of your team. Okay, so really, really quickly, I'm going to go real quick on this. ABC. 1, 2, 3. We know that Jackson 5 song, right? Here we go. Always be closing. Not in network marketing. Always be connecting. Always be connecting. This is a very simple DMO. This is the key. This is the key to confidence. This is the key to posture. This is the key to growth on social media in network marketing. If we are always connecting and we're teaching people to always connect, guess what? We never run out of people to talk to. And therefore, our posture increases, our confidence increases, and the want and need to go and speak to everyone improves. So always be connecting with the new person. So here we go. 1 post a day, right? This is the focus. Have you done your 1 today? Have you done your post today? Now, again, this is main feed. This is not posting groups. This is not stories. This is your reels, your lives, your posts. Just 1 a day. Just 1 a day. Now, 2 asks a day. Just ask 2 people a day if they're open to your opportunity or open to your product. Now, again, preferably these are people on your list. Preferably these are people who have engaged in your content. Preferably it's people who are watching your stories or your lives. But ask 2 people a day. So you wake up, do a post, and before you have breakfast, ask 2 people a day. Hey, Mary, just curious, would you be open to checking out some information on a game-changing system that I use to help me release some weight? No worries if not, just thought I would ask. And you guys, you can kind of, find your scripts and find what you can and can't do inside your own company. The 3. Let's go 3 people to your list per day. Okay? I know my writing is not epic. It's quite hard to train it and say it and write it on a vertical screen at the same time. So if you're going to speak to 2 people a day, this is something that changed the game for me when I was building and what we teach inside of our communities, is that if you're asking 2 people a day, eventually you start thinking, well, my list I'm going to run out of people to talk to at some point. So here's the thing. By posting once a day, and by actively going into Facebook groups or going onto other people's stories or seeing ads that you come across, you're obviously going to get people to join your list, but you need to actively go out there, because if your list grows by 3 people a day and you ask 2 of them, that's actually very difficult to do. If your list grows by 3 people a day and you ask 2 of them, then technically that day you've gained 1 person on your list. So your list never dies. And if your list has no limit, your business has no limit. If your business has no limit, your income has no limit. And if your income has no limit, your legacy has no limit. One of my favorite songs, no, 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 there's no limit. Why? Because in network marketing, there is no limit. Here is a very basic DMO, very basic system that people can follow, because honestly, if everyone knows the system, then it's a system. If they don't know the system, it ain't a system. So always be connecting. 1 post a day, 2 asks a day, 3 people to add to your list every single day, and you will win. Scott, I really appreciate you, brother. I'm grateful for your friendship. I'm grateful for the leadership that you had, and especially in the role here with the social media day. I think it is absolutely incredible. I think it's needed. I think it's necessary. And I hope there's just one thing that someone has learned from this that can allow them to move their business forward. And again, if I can help you in any way, if you're a network marketer wanting to build on social media, then always feel free. My inbox is always open. It's a weird thing to say, but my inbox is always open. Feel free to message me and I will do my absolute best to help you through any challenges that you might be facing. So thanks for having me, mate. I really appreciate it.
Frazer, you're amazing, man. So good, so much fun. You brought the energy after lunch here. So I got to tell you, you know what my favorite thing that you said is, because I get it all the time. I'm sure you do too, which is Facebook's dead. Everybody's on TikTok and Instagram. Facebook's dead. Facebook. No, it's not.
It's not. No, it's a beast.
My thing, I mean, tell me if you agree. I mean, TikTok, I have to say, is the guilty one of making me a passive. I'm going to sit and just watch. I'm not interacting. I'm not having conversations. I'm just laughing. In fact, I would say, if I see somebody I know on TikTok, I'm not here to see people I know. I'm here to look at great people do food or make me laugh and do stupid things, right?
Well, yeah, it's an interesting one because it's an incredible platform to really establish your niche, because you can just create loads of different stuff on TikTok and something booms and you're like, oh, people really love it when I talk about, washing the kitchen, or they really love it when I talk about travel hacks or whatever it might be. But it's not the best platform to connect because the messenger sucks. Yeah. Like it really, really sucks. So it's great to find your niche and then leverage that and create the energy onto Instagram, back to Facebook. But Facebook's just an absolute beast.
I still believe, though, go do your reels, go find your niche, go entertain, make me laugh, make me fall in love with what you're doing. But we're going to connect and communicate and build community over on Facebook.
Totally.
Right.
Totally. And that's, again, like some people are obsessed with TikTok because they're getting a massive amount of engagement. But anyone who gets a big amount of engagement, if they're not converting it into sales and into leads, into team members, then I would always be open to the other platforms to see if you can, leverage the same effort or similar effort to get the results that you want. And
I also love that you said get messy.
Always.
People try to be like, I'm too afraid. It has to be perfect. It has to be this. People actually, you get better engagement the more. We'll use pretty words like authentic and organic, but the more just raw, kind of rough you are, gets more engagement.
Well, I'm a great believer in. Progression is created from people seeing you. Inspiration creates the progression and the perfection. Like when people see you go from here to here, that's perfect. Like, oh my days, I want that perfect progression. I want that perfect growth. Not I'm already here. Like I'm perfect, because people can't relate to it. But when someone sees you go from, zero to hero, loser to legend, or nothing to something, that is what's the perfect thing on social media. That's the message. And you only do that by showing people, hey, I'm not very good at this thing, or I'm a bit messy at this, but I'm going to get good. And I want you to come with me.
Yeah. I love it. I'm doing cooking TikToks right now. And I'm watching my stupid hand in the shot of the camera. And I'm like, no, I'm leaving it. I'm learning.
That's it, man. People want to see it.
Right? My potato salad got 800 views, so you better watch out.
I'll go check it out, get some tips.
Frazer, you are a legend, man. You are so good. We enjoy having you so much. I'm sure everyone I know my personal DMs were blowing up. That just your style is so great. You're so amazing at your training and the way it lands. So thank you for being here with us today, and we hope to see you again really soon.